Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, January 16th. It is 6:22 right now. Market's going to open in about 8 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a couple of things here to update, and we should be good to go. Oh, looks good. A few more things right here. And it looks like we are good to go. All right, so let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium, and we'll be on our way. There goes a Zoom link. All right. So I'll get a few moments for people to make their way in. And as people join in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here from the daily chart. So there, color that blue. All right, going down to the 8 hour. Going down to the 2 hour. All right. Going down to the 1 hour. Zoom out a little bit. A little messy here. The market's a mess. This is pretty messy for a 1 hour chart. I mean, it's been pretty messy for the past couple of weeks with a lot of the consolidation. Dropping down to the 30-minute. Dropping down to the 15-minute. Down to the 10-minute. And I think it looks like more here. And it looks like we are good to go. All right, so with that said, we have liquidity marked up over here. Prices pretty much in between both levels. Closest level below is going to be over here at 37,613 for a sell. And the closest level above is going to be at 37,747 above. So there goes the two closest levels of liquidity right there. See who's here so far. So good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, January 16th. It is 6:26 right now. Market's going to open in about 4 minutes. We've marked up liquidity over here, as you guys can see. See who's here so far. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Daniel. Morning, Johnny. Morning, Camo. Morning, Maria. Morning, Jessica. Morning, Kenny. Kenneth. So before we get started, let me just post this up real quick. So before we get started, I don't know why this thing comes up as a video. Let me just screenshot it. So before we get started, huge congrats to Johnny over here. So Johnny just got his first payout from FTMO. He's been trading with us for about a year now. But you guys can see, this is a clear example of someone who has no experience trading, coming into our group, learning everything that we do here and getting funded and getting his first payout. So overall payouts over here from Johnny, 5,395 from FTMO. Great work, Johnny. Now you just got to keep that consistent. So keep that consistent. Don't lose your FTMO. And this is just a big heads up to everybody that just got to keep going. So congrats to Johnny. First FTMO payout. So I know this is a goal for everybody, right? Getting that payout from FTMO. You guys will get there. It's just a matter of time. You just can't give up. Can't give up, and you got to stick to your game plan. So, whether it's following my strategies or your own, really, it's just sticking to your trading plan. But yeah, just big congrats to Johnny there. Anyways, we've marked up liquidity over here. Going over to our clean chart. Let me mark up 6:30 real quick. 8 o'clock. Let me see if there's any structure here. So, like I was saying, guys, you guys just have to follow the game plan, whether it's following my strategy or not, or following your own strategy. You just got to keep sticking to your game plan. And that's really what's going to get you to that next level. And if you just want to follow what I'm doing, you can just do that. You'll be perfectly fine too. But here goes our clean chart. So we have a 4-hour support down below right here. This is going to be the 4-hour support level. And we'll see if price comes down and bounces off this. Probably will. Here's our main chart. I think there was news this morning that kind of pushed price around. There's also a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes today. So just keep that in mind. There's news over here at 5:30. That's pretty much it. It's pretty much it for today. It was negative, and it pretty much pushed price pretty crazy over here. So we had news over here at 5:30. I'm going to mark this up. You can see how price got manipulated. Price was negative, but it shot up and then it came right back down. And that's all that we had for today, 5:30 news. So, all right. Market is about to open in about 20 seconds. And we will see where this goes here. Let's see, Camo said news on opening. I don't see any news over here, Camo. I'm not sure where you saw that. Let me refresh real quick. I want to make sure I'm not missing it. Let's see, Tuesday. So this news is at 7 o'clock and it's for GBP. So I don't see anything over here. Camo, I don't know where you saw that news, but there's news here, but it's GBP, so it's not really going to affect us necessarily directly. It can have a outside effect, but for the most part, I don't see anything there. But anyways, guys, market is now open. Let me go and mark up opening price right here. Yeah, if I was wrong, you guys can correct me. I didn't see anything there right now when I checked. But here's opening price right here. Either way, price is in this red flag area, so it's not like we're going to look for anything here to begin with. You guys got this huge spike right here. This might be a move of manipulation. Yeah, Maddie said he's going to wait until 6:45 to avoid manipulation. I'm probably going to do the same thing. There's no need to force any trades here, guys. Keep in mind that today is, I was going to say Monday. Today's Tuesday. We're coming back from a long weekend, holiday weekend. Typically, the market moves kind of crazy on holiday week because the market's closed for a whole day. And, obviously you get this huge spike of volatility on open. We also have the World Economic Meeting, I believe, in Davos. So there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that can affect the market. My guess here is that price might get manipulated and swing back down. The reason why I think price is going to swing down is because of this high impact negative news over here. It was very negative. So you can see over here, the New York Empire State Manufacturing Index, high impact, the consensus was -5. It was -43. So that's a big, big drop. It's enough to like shake up the market. So just keep that in mind, when looking for a trade here. Again, for my main entries here that I'm looking to take, I'm going to be mainly focused on taking V1 variations with my confluence, basically the double rejection of structure. And I'll be looking for breakout V3 continuations as long as they have like the V1 pattern before it as a confluence. So we do have a V1 pattern right here, guys. So we may have opportunity here for a breakout V3 continuation or a breakout V3, depending on what you guys want to take. The only problem with this here is that this is highly manipulated. You guys can see how big these candles are. So I don't know if I'm going to take it. This thing dropped about 1,000 pips. It's obviously overextended at this point, and I don't think I want to get caught in this mess here because price can, odds of it pushing down lower are likely. Odds of it reversing from where it's currently at is very likely as well. So I kind of want price to stabilize a bit before I take any entries here. So if this does come up, I'm probably not going to take it. I'll mark it up for you guys, but it looks like even if it does come down, it's going to come down right to these the sessions right here at the Asia low. So it's 1,000 pips to the upside, 1,000 pips to the downside. This is a very erratic whipsaw type candle that can kind of just end up anywhere. So, I mean, I'll mark it up for you guys. If this candle here closes red, this is technically the breakout V3 continuation and the breakout V3 entry in general. But, just looking at these candles here, I'd be very careful about taking any entries at this point. So if it closes red, I'll mark it up for you guys. But again, I don't think I'm going to be taking this entry here. I don't even think it'll close red. It looks like price is just whipsawing back and forth. You guys can see here the green candle. So we'll see. And then you can see over here, there's another V1 like Maddie just mentioned. V1's on both sides. So just keep in mind, today's the first day of the trading week. We're coming back from a long holiday week. It's Trap Tuesday. There's a lot of reasons to be careful today. So just be careful with your entries. If you guys do decide to take anything, I'll continue watching and following where price moves. But you can see right here, the red candle did not close. So there's no breakout V3 at this point. So again, we will continue to follow along and watch where any opportunities may come up. But at this moment, I'm going to be waiting first, I'm going to look for direction. That's going to be the key thing that I'm looking for. There's no direction here. You can see price shot up, shot back down, now it's shooting back up. Like Sisu just said right now, Trap Tuesday in full effect. So just be patient, guys. There's no need to force anything. You guys got to remember that. I feel like a lot of people are just getting FOMO because you see this big push, big volatility. But it's better to be out of a position and not get caught in this whipsaw fake out movement versus being in a position and then being stressed out because it's so close to hitting your stop loss, right? So just keep that in mind. There's no entries that have come up anyway, so there's nothing for you to be in at the moment. But I'll continue looking. The market should stabilize in a bit. It's just going to be a matter of time until it does. It's just a matter of time until this starts to stabilize and it chooses its actual direction. My guess is that the direction is going to be bearish because of the news from this morning, right? I think that's going to be bearish, but it's going to conflict with a lot of things because if you look over here at retail sentiment is currently 77% short. This indicates that 77% of retail traders are currently selling right now. So you typically want to do the opposite and buy, but it's kind of tough because price is going in both directions, right? And you can see here it's starting to lower a bit. Looking over here at the fundamentals are currently down 150 points. So this is bearish as well. This is also going against the retail sentiment. So we have a bit of a mixed bias for today. It's not one-sided. Looking over here at the technicals. So looking over here on the 1 minute, it's obviously bearish, price below the pivot's angling down. The 5 minute is starting to be bearish. It's kind of just going back and forth right now. Same with the 10 minute, 10 minutes neutral, 30 minutes bearish, 1 hour is bearish, 4 hours bearish. A lot of these are bearish here. So with that said, it's conflicting with the retail sentiment. So doesn't really matter which direction price goes. We'll trade in either direction. We just want to make sure that there's an actual entry there that we can take. So we need to make sure that there's a confluence, there's a direction, and price continues to move in that direction there as well. So right here, this might be the breakout V3 again. We have 2 red candles right here. If this red candle closes, however, it'll be right at the session. So I don't think there's going to be enough space here to take the sell, unfortunately. Yeah, it's going to be right at the sessions. So I don't know about this here. If you guys are looking to take it, I'll mark it up, but it's like literally right at the session. So if you guys want to take it, feel free. It's going to close in about 15 seconds. Let's see, maybe I can take it on my Apex. I think I feel a little more comfortable taking on the Apex than the other entry. So this is a breakout V3, guys. If anybody's looking to take it. Let's see.
Order submitted.
This thing didn't, so my Apex kind of screwed me over. It made me confirm it before entering the trade. So it entered super late. I wasn't able to. Let me see if I can maybe get out of this. Damn, I got fucked. Okay, I might get sued on this my Apex account because it entered like super late. I don't even know where my entry came in from. Yeah, it entered super late. It's all right. So I'm gonna try to get into this later on my FTMO. I'm gonna see if I could maybe get a pending sell order here. This is my first time using NinjaTrader on my laptop, and then it ended up it asks you for a confirmation before I can get into the position. So unfortunately, right here on my Apex, yeah, it ended up getting me stopped out because it got me at a really bad entry point. It's all good. I'll wait for the next one. So I'll try to recoup it on the next one here. But we'll see where this next one goes. I don't know if anybody else tried to get into it. So guys, I got a new computer just for Apex. When you guys take a trade, I would recommend taking a tester trade first because it gives you this pop-up that asks you if you want to confirm the entry. Unfortunately, I ended up getting caught with that. And then as soon as I hit entry, it was already like down here. So it got me at a super low entry. This was probably going to come back down to hit TP. But yeah, I kind of got burned on that first one there. So we'll see here if it comes back down from where it's currently at. Let me see if I can maybe get back in on the Apex.
Order submitted.
NinjaTrader is kind of unusual. I mean, I like it, but I'm not used to it yet. Here, let's see. I don't like how it doesn't say order filled like Tradeovate. I think it was a lot easier when it said order filled instead of order submitted. So let's see where it's at.
Target filled.
Okay, so it hit my TP. I don't know if you guys heard that. It said target filled. It's kind of low, but it hit my TP on my Apex, which is, I don't know. I'm kind of confused why it hit my TP because it's kind of far off. Let's see. All right, I gotta get used to this. This is a learning curve for me, guys. I've never used NinjaTrader before, but I re-entered it for a second entry and it filled my order and it went to my TP. So it worked out on the second one. There we go. On that right there. All right, perfect. So hit my TP on the first one. It should have like kept me in because it never hit stop loss, but because of my NinjaTrader, I mean, whatever happened here, it got me caught in the late entry. So right here, technically the entry hit. But back to my explanation. So I was using NinjaTrader, guys. Went straight to TP right here. So if you guys caught it, great work. It didn't hit stop loss. It just hit stop loss on my first time entering the NinjaTrader because it entered super late down here when price actually came down. But if you guys got in at the actual entry point, or you got in later, like I mentioned down here, you would have won the trade. So looks like, so the copier works good. This is my first time using NinjaTrader, first time using their copier. I actually like it. It's pretty good. If only it didn't enter me late on that first entry, it would have been perfect because it would have went straight through. And the execution times and the spread, there's like no spread on here. So it actually gets you in and out where it's supposed to. So C6 said there's a weird delay today. I don't know. Yeah, there probably is. But yeah, if you guys took a trade here, full TP, it was just it was a messy entry. So it was messy just like we identified. And we'll continue looking for any future entries as we continue to move forward with the live session today. But this is the first entry that we look for. The reason why I was okay with taking this trade was because we had a breakout V3 continuation. There was enough space between here and the sessions, like I mentioned. And we had a confluence over here with the V1 pattern. So we had the reversal pattern up here for the V1. Price came down. We had two red candles right here. This is the entry point for the breakout V3 continuation. And then it came right down to TP. It pulled back really close to stop loss, but then it shot right down its full TP. So if you guys got in at proper timing, then it should have hit your TP. If you got in early or you got in late, situation might be different. Like for example, here, my first trade for Apex lost because I got in down here due to the delay. That was my fault. I should have taken a tester trade before taking the actual trade. But then I made it right back. So I lost one and then I made it right back because I got right back in when price came back to entry point. So other than that, that's the first entry for today. Let me go and put this over here. We got some profits here from Andreas. Andreas take the same trade. Total profit of 1,120 for the day, all wins. We have Kenneth here. Total profit of 570 on his first account, 990 on his second, 990 on his third, and 1,980 on his fourth account for all wins. Nice work, Kenneth. So it looks like a decent amount of you guys here took that trade and you guys hit your TP. I'll continue looking for more opportunities here, but again, we just got to be patient. I'm just looking for entries that have the confluence. So we'll keep looking for the next entry here as price continues to drop lower. All right, so there's no entries here at the moment. Yeah, Johnny did the same thing. So Johnny had the same issue. He said it stopped him out on the first one, but then he got it right back on the second one. Yeah, Andrew said check the candles if they're the same on Ninja, because sometimes there's a delay on Ninja. I think for the most part, they look fine, Andrew. Yeah, they look fine to me for the most part, which is a good thing. Sisu caught it. William caught it. Nice. Medu's asking, so is this a new Apex account or the copier works for TradeOvate as well? Ninja Trader isn't a broker, Medu. Ninja Trader is just like MT4. Like, nice. Andrew just got funded 3 times. So nice work, Andrew, on getting funded on 3 accounts. But yeah, Medu, Ninja Trader is just a trading platform. It's like TradingView. So you can log into your trade accounts on here, which is TradeOvate. TradeOvate is what I'm using. But the copier is different. So the copier is only for Ninja Trader. It's not for TradeOvate. It's just like the one that I use for FTMO. It's called Replicanto. I think that's what it's called, Replicanto. By Flowbots. So if you guys want to get that copier, just message me. I have a discount code, so I ended up getting it for like half off. It's like 250, I think, for the copier, but I got it for like 150 or 160. So it's a pretty good deal. You can also get the Apex copier, which is the same thing, but you know, if you're gonna get it for the same price, you might as well get it from the source. So I bought it from the actual source, not through Apex. Yeah, so big congrats over here to Andrew getting 3 funded accounts today off that one trade that we just took. Well, not just that one trade. He's been building his accounts, and that trade just pretty much pushed him over to getting funded. So nice work, Andrew. All right, so let's look for this next trade. Okay, so here goes Andrew's account. We can see over here, Andrew locked in 2,499, 2,499, and 2,584 on 3 of his Apex accounts over here. He's now funded on 3 150K accounts off that one trade. Nice work, Andrew. So big congrats to Andrew right there. We got Johnny over here. Johnny took the trade. He's up 807. Nice work, Johnny. We have more profits here from Eunice. Eunice locked in a total profit of 794. Nice work, Eunice, off that sell. And we got Gian over here. Big congrats to Gian over here getting his first payout as well. So today, Johnny and Gian got their first payout on FTMO after being funded. Gian over here is up 2,530 in profit split. So nice work, Gian. Nice work, guys. Yeah, a lot of people here are getting funded and getting payouts. So it's good to see a lot of you guys here getting to that level. You know, it's just a matter of time until it's your turn for whoever's next up. So every week, I think every week someone here is getting funded. Every week someone's getting their first payout. So it's always good to see people in our group getting funded and getting paid out. You know, it's just proof of concept that if you guys just stick to the game plan, you guys can You get to that point too. So back to the charts, guys. There's nothing for us to take here. Price is right at the sessions. If I do see something, I'll let you guys know, but there's really nothing for us to take here. Even if we were to get a buy position, it wouldn't line up because it's right at the sessions right here. So don't worry, guys. You guys are not missing out on anything here. I'm mainly looking for two entries. I'm looking for breakout V3s and I'm looking for V1 variations. But I'm also looking for my confluences. So I'm not necessarily just getting into trades randomly. There is a possible high-low scalp coming up right here, but again, price is right at the session, so you guys want to be careful with that. This isn't going to be one of the official entries that I'm looking for. Like I mentioned earlier, the main entries I'm looking for are the breakout V3s and V1 variations, but they have to include my confluence, either a double structural rejection, like a double bottom or double top, or a reversal into a breakout V3 continuation. So. Kenny's asking me what copier was I talking about? Yeah, let me show you guys real quick. So you need Apex, you need NinjaTrader to use this, guys. This isn't for TradingView. This isn't for FTMO. This isn't for anything like that. This is only for NinjaTrader. So I'm just going to show you guys real quick. This is the copier that I'm using. It's called Replicanto by Flowbots. It's about 250 bucks for one of them. I have a discount code for it. And all it does is it's like it puts all your accounts on here. So like I was mentioning before, guys, with Apex, with the issue with FTMO, I started to create Apex accounts. Apex lets you have 20 accounts. So 20 accounts and the recommended account size is 150K. So if you guys want to open an Apex account, I have a discount code. So if you guys want to use my discount code, let me just show you guys real quick. Here, I'll put the code in the chat for whoever wants to use it. It's 71% off. It's such a steal. So if you guys want to get an Apex account, I do recommend you get it now because you're gonna get 150K challenge for 90 bucks, which is super, super cheap. So I'll put it over here. Kip says he likes the 300K accounts. Those are sucker accounts, guys. That I think the best accounts to go for would be 150. The 300K, your risk is like so small. I think you have a 2% drawdown risk, and it's crazy. There's like no reason like to do that, and it takes forever for you to get to your account. So Kip here is being sarcastic, but what I recommend is a 150K account because you can get 20 accounts. So if you do 150K accounts times 20, that gives you basically 3 million in funding with Apex. So just keep that in mind. I put the code over there for Apex in the Zoom, guys. I'll put it over here also in the YouTube. It's a 70% off. So if you use that link and you type in save 50 into the promo code, it'll give you, I think normally it's like 375 a month for Apex, but if you use a code, it's like 90 bucks, which is, I mean, it's a pretty good, I think it's pretty good. And I'm gonna buy some more. So I have I have 3 accounts right now. I'm gonna buy like 20 of them when eventually. So I'm probably gonna work on these first, get familiar with NinjaTrader, and then once I'm good with NinjaTrader, I will buy like 20 more accounts. So I'll have like 3 million in funding with Apex. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Kenan said make sure to use a code. His first Apex he didn't, and he paid 300. Yeah. Because at that point, like if you use the code, you can get like 3 accounts. So instead of paying 300 for one, you can pay 90 and get 3 accounts for 300. And yeah, Daniel says that they have a 90% off once a month too. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm waiting for. So I got a couple with the 70% off, and then I'm going to be waiting for the 90% off. And I'll be taking those too. Bamal said, so you're planning on stop trading on FTMO? No, that wouldn't make sense, Bamal. I'm not trying to, I want to make all the money. So I'm making money on FTMO, TFF, and I'm also making money on Apex. That's why I got a whole laptop over here. So guys, I have a whole separate laptop on this side with just Apex, which I just use my finger to hit sell or buy. And then I have my FTMO right here on my right side with my mouse. So I got a mouse for my FTMO and I got a laptop over here for my Apex. So no, I'm going to trade both. That's free money for me. So yeah, I mean, I just took both of the trades here and it's not that difficult. I'm just clicking buy or sell. It's not like I'm not doing anything that's like out of this world. I just have a laptop over here with my Apex, and then I have my FTMO on my computer. So I got two fingers to hit buy and sell, or I got two fingers to hit sell at the same time. And that's pretty much all I'm doing. All right, guys, back to the charts. There's nothing for us here at the moment. I know we're going kind of off topic, but there's nothing for us here to take. So we're still looking for entries here. There's just nothing for us to take at the moment. Let's see, question from Edward. Edward's asking, do you think it's going to grab liquidity from 37 to 17? Let me check my liquidity over here. So both of the levels of liquidity right here got hit already that I marked up. So there's two levels of liquidity over here, full TPs. This is another reason why I was okay with taking the sell earlier, because I knew price was going to hit liquidity. Edward said 37 to 17. 37 to 17. I mean, that's a pretty far drop. I mean, it'll probably get hit eventually. I don't know if it'll get hit by today, but here, let's check. That's pretty far. So, I mean, it's probably going to get hit. I don't know if it'll get hit by today because that's such a far drop to the downside. So let's see. Edward said, I'm just going to measure how far is it, because you got to be realistic, right? So Edward said 37,217. So I'll measure it from down here, 37,217. So you're looking at wherever your target price point is down here. That's 3,000 pips. I don't expect price to push 3,000 pips by today. That's a big push. So you're kind of going for a long shot there. I mean, yeah, price can make it on its way down because I have liquidity right here. There's other levels of liquidity right here. So it's probably going to hit my levels of liquidity. That's what you can look for. If you look at my levels of liquidity, if they get hit, then, you know, odds of it getting to your level down here are, you know, they're likely. They're probably not going to happen today. It'll probably happen maybe tomorrow or the day after, but that's a big push, right? You're looking for a really big push to the downside in one day. But then again, there's a lot of news events going on today, so maybe it'll get to that point. I just don't see it really happening because that's a 3,000 pip move, right? Generally, in a normal market, it's only moving like about 1,000 pips, but today's is kind of crazy. You can see this one candle right here already dropped about, you know, 2,000 pips. So, I mean, I don't want to say it's impossible, but odds of it dropping further down that much is unlikely, unless like something happens, like the news event from today. Let's see. We got a couple news events over here. We have Fed Waller speaking at 8 o'clock. You know, if he says something really bad about the market can dump further, but your liquidity might get hit by tomorrow or the day after if it continues to drop. But, you know, then again, it's kind of tricky because the sentiment here is super strong for a sell. So I don't know if price will even continue dropping unless this here starts to loosen up a bit. It was at 78%. It's now at 74. So if that becomes the case and this switches to the buy side, then yeah, price will probably keep dropping. All right, so looking back over here, guys, we have a pending buy signal. This isn't going to meet my confluence because the V1 pattern over here has to be in on the same level. So there's no double body, there's no double wick. So there's no confluence here for a reversal. But I do want a buy signal here to come up so that price can come back down. This is kind of what I want to see happen. I want price to push up a little bit, provide a reversal pattern right here, and then come right back down, right? Like a head and shoulders. That's the pattern that I'm looking for. I want this buy signal to come up, provide a V1 pattern up here, and then take it down for a V1 entry right here. Either a V1 or take it for breakout V3 continuation. Doesn't really matter, whichever I can get. Yeah, no problem, Edward. So if that's the case and I'm looking for price to come down lower, then this goes in line with Edward's question, right? He's looking for price to drop lower. And if our analysis here plays through and it continues to drop lower, then it's going to hit our liquidity and it's also going to get to Edward's liquidity as well. So it's a win-win for all of us. You know, we all want to get to that point. So again, just a matter of time until we can get closer to it. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said we need a retracement signal, preferably a V1 sell into a V3. And that's exactly what I'm looking for too. But I want a buy signal here to come up first. So I want that buy signal to come up, retrace up, and then come right back down. Nick's just showing, did you guys take anything yet today? Yeah, we had a breakout V3 continuation right here, Nick. So we had a V1 pattern, double body. We had the sell signal right here, two red candles right there. And that was the entry for breakout V3 continuation. So breakout V3 continuation and the actual breakout V3. So they both worked right there, depending on which one people took. It did cut into the session, so I only took it for a continuation. I didn't take it for the full push. Natasha's asking, she wants to do Apex, not sure if she can trade it on her phone. I mean, technically you can trade Tradeovate on your phone. Apex is the same as trading on Tradeovate, Natasha. So you can't really trade. I mean, you can trade Apex on your phone. You trade on Tradeovate, the application, but there's no Ninja Trader for your phone. So you'd be using Tradeovate. I'm not sure if you used it before, or you can trade directly on TradingView too. I think that's what you were doing before, right, Natasha? So if you want to trade directly on your phone, you can trade directly on TradingView because you can log into your Tradeovate on here, or you can log on to the Tradeovate application as well. So I'm not going to say that it's easy because I haven't done it myself and I would never do it on my phone, but it's possible. And if anybody can do it, it's you because you're the only person I know like in this whole world that trades on their phone like you do. So yeah, I'm not going to say it's impossible, but you can probably figure it out if you really wanted to, because you can trade directly on TradingView. Yeah. So just think of Apex as trading on Tradeovate. That's exactly what it is. That's literally what it is. Because Apex, one of their account options is Tradeovate. Let's see. Josh is asking. Oh, okay. I see you found it. Yeah, depth of market. So you can use depth of market, or if you're on FTMO, you can use your quick trade manager. That's another option. There's a couple options there. Let's see. Yeah, it is a little delayed. I'm looking at my copy over here too for MT4. It's a little delayed as well. I don't know. It looks like the market here is kind of all over. So there's no entries here yet, guys. This is a breakout V3 continuation, but obviously you wouldn't take it because it's right at the sessions. And there was also no confluence down here. So there's no double body, no double wick. This right here is a buy signal followed by a green candle. This is considered a breakout V3 continuation. But because there was no confluence here, it's not one I would take. Also because it's right at the sessions. Also another one that I wouldn't take either. So there's no entries right now, guys. Price is climbing back up towards opening price. You can see our price broke right through the support level. I'm going to put this up right here. This up right here. All right, so this is the 1 minute resistance level. And this right here is going to be the 1 minute support level. All right, so we got a couple levels here marked up. You can see price is currently at the 4-hour support level. We'll see if price breaks through here or if it comes back down. There's two different scenarios here. Price can cut into a range right here, fake out, come back down, and it'll just range within this area, or price can break above it and make its way back to opening price. So two different scenarios here lining up. I think it's right at the sessions too. So we'll see where this ends up going. Let me scroll real quick. So Rashida said, so the red candles don't have to be right after. Wait, you know what? I think I mixed up the strategies, guys. I'm sorry. I totally mixed these up right here. Yeah, my bad. So the entry that we took earlier, this was actually not a breakout V3, guys. Thanks for correcting me on that, Rashida. This was actually a breakout V2. I mean, it's still an entry, but I just called it the wrong name. And it's not one that we were supposed to take. So yeah, no, I was getting so like caught up with explaining and trying to figure out how to enter my Ninja Trader trade that I just call this a totally different, well, it's not a totally different strategy. It's still part of the breakout family, but this was a breakout V2. So my bad, guys. Yeah, because so on open right here, majority of you guys know how the breakouts work. The original breakout would technically be this one right here because this is a sell signal. It came down with trend. This would be the breakout version 1. The breakout version 2 is where you have a sell signal and it's followed by 2 red candles. This is supposed to be the breakout V2. So this is the entry that we actually took, breakout V2. And let me correct that over here so that there's no confusion. It's still part of the breakout family, but it's just a different setup. So this was a breakout V2, not a breakout V3 continuation. So a breakout V3 is like this right here. It's where you get a buy signal followed by a green candle and it goes to the upside. So this is the breakout version 3. It was right at the session, so we wouldn't have taken it. But this is the actual breakout V3 that came up. So thanks, guys, for clearing that up. I don't know what got over my head. I was just too busy looking at NinjaTrader and then my FTMO that I totally mixed up the strategies. But they're all part of the breakout family. So depending if you like the breakout V2, it's basically a sell signal followed by 2 red candles. That's breakout V2. Breakout V3 is a buy signal or sell signal followed by the same candle. And the breakout V1 is the first breakout signal or direction on open. So breakout V1 happened right here. Breakout V2 happened right here. And this is the breakout V3. So sorry, guys. I'm going to do better on trying not to confuse you guys, but they all fall within the breakout family. You just have to understand that one of them happens with 1 candle. Some of them happen with 2, and the others happen with a continuation. So, all right, Maddie said we got a V1 sell here, waiting for a V3 below sessions. Yeah. All right, so we have a V1 pattern right here, just like Maddie said. We're looking for price and breaking flows below the sessions to provide opportunity down here. So we have a V1 pattern right here. Unfortunately, we won't be able to take a V1 entry because if price even does come back up, it's going to be right at the sessions, right? So we can't really take a V1 here, but if we get a breakout V3 continuation in this direction, then it'll line up. Also, this right here is cutting back into the range that we just talked about. So going back to this chart over here, you guys can see that I marked up this level here. Price is pretty much ranging between the 4-hour support level and the 1-minute support level. So it's just basically going back and forth between this area right here. If this gets established as a set structure, this will just turn into a resistance. So it was a 4-hour support, and then it turns into the 4-hour resistance. But you can see here that price is pretty much just ranging within the support level right here. So just got to be patient, guys, and wait for opportunity to arise. There's no opportunity right now. It's just a matter of time until it does come up. But right now, it's got to sit tight. Still no opportunities here. Yeah, Maddie said sideways at sessions, not surprised. Yeah, this was kind of expected. The thing with this here is that this can probably set up for a V1 pattern. Unfortunately, it's right in between the sessions, so we can't really take anything. But I wouldn't be surprised if this comes up and then it becomes a V1 pattern right here, double top. The only thing that sucks is that it's right at the session, so that's the big downside. All right, looking over here at the rest of our team profits. Let's see, we have Gian over here. So Gian took his first trade for the day, total profit of 1,460. So there goes his profits right after his payout. He got his payout, took his next trade, more profits to his account. We have Andrew over here. Andrew said, thanks, Sean, for the guidance. And this is his report for eval. So this is pretty incredible right here. Looking at Andrew. So Andrew did this he did his eval for 3 of his accounts. And you can see here he had 0 losses. So total trades, he took 26 trades, made a total profit of 10,250, 0 losses, all wins, no losses. So this is a prime example of following the live session and only taking trades that meet criteria, right? And you can see right here, Andrew was able to pass his challenge with literally no losses. So it's possible, guys, as you guys can see here, if you guys just stick to the game plan and only take quality entries, 1 or 2 entries a day, you can reach your goal pretty quickly. So again, big congrats to Andrew. They're getting funded. We have another member funded on Apex this week. And hopefully more, hopefully me, hopefully I'll be funded. I'm going to take my time with it. I'm not taking like big risks. I'm taking just 10 contract sizes and I'm just going to grow this account until I get funded. So this will probably take me a month's time, if not longer. Well, actually, it shouldn't take that long. So I'll just do the math for you guys here. It's very simple. So, and don't worry, we're not missing on any trades. There's nothing here again, guys. I'm just going to show you guys the math real quick. So if you guys are doing a 150K account, your profit goal is 9,000, right? You have to make 9,000 to get funded. It's a 1-step process. There's no verification. It's just one go. You have to make 9,000. So for every trade that I take here on my Apex, I'm taking a 10 contract, which is very conservative. I can take a bigger lot size or bigger contract size, but I'm keeping it small. And with every win, I'm making about 500. So you divide this by 500. I just need 18 wins. If I can do 18 wins, I pass my Apex, right? That's all I need. So it's not really that bad. It might take a while depending on the market conditions that we're currently in. If we have like 2 or 3 entries a day, then I can probably pass this within a week or 2, right? If we only have 1 entry a day, then this might take me like 2 or 3 weeks. So it just depends. I'll either going to pass within a week or 2, or I'll pass within 2 or 3 weeks. But like within a month's time, it's going to be very possible to pass an Apex if that's what you guys are aiming for. So I'm just in no rush, guys. I'm in no rush. I'm still waiting for the big sale for Apex. Once Apex has a 90% off, I'm going to buy 20 accounts. Like that same day, I'm going to buy 20 accounts and I'm going to try to get funded like right then and there. Well, not right then and there, but eventually over time. Because that's a huge discount. And I'll give you guys a code. Like when the discount. So if you guys use my link, basically whenever you guys use my link, it'll give you the most current discount code. So if you guys use that link there, it'll give you, upwards to 91% off, which is crazy. So you think about 91% off, each account's like 20 bucks or 30 bucks. Yeah, exactly. So Andrew said it's $31 per account for the 90% off sale. That's pretty crazy. If you guys think about it, you're going to pay like, so let's see, I'll pay. So 31 bucks times 20. So basically I'll pay $620 for 20 accounts. That's 3 million in evaluations. That's a lot of evaluation money right there. And then once you pass, that's crazy. Once you pass, I make 500 per trade, right? Per Apex account times 20, I'll make basically 10,000 per scalp that we take here. For one small scalp, I'll make 10,000 per trade across all my Apex accounts. And this is minimal risk because you can lose like 6 times before you blow your account with the risk that I'm taking. I'm taking super low risk. And odds of you losing that much is very unlikely, right? You're probably not going to lose that much at all because you're looking for quality entries. So I'm pretty excited for Apex. I'm still going to use FTMO and TFF and all my other accounts, but I'm just trading on 2 different platforms now. So I literally went and bought a laptop just for Apex. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for this year. Like I mentioned, I don't really like to teach anymore or mentor, so I don't really try to sell anybody anything. I just like to trade, so I make most of my money from, actual trading. I am doing the mentorship this year though, so just keep that in mind, guys. It's coming up. It's not here yet, but I got to put together the curriculum, and then we'll do that very hands-on mentorship with you guys so that we can keep getting you guys funded. Kenneth said, is it $30 lifetime or does it cost go back to regular? I think it's lifetime, Kenny. So right now I'm paying $90. It's usually $375, but the $90 it copies over. It just keeps like if I have to pay for next month, it'll just be $90. So it's lifetime until you cancel the account, right? So you sign up for the account, it charges you $30 a month until you pass, and then yeah, as long as you have access to the account, like Nick said. So if you get an account that cheap, you might as well just keep renewing it and just resetting the account. So it's a pretty good deal. I know I thought the same thing too, Kenny. Like when I first got it, I was like, okay, am I paying $90 now and then 300 the next month? But it just keeps going at 90. So I basically have 3 accounts at $90. And then once we have that big sale, I'm gonna buy all of them. Yeah, I know it's crazy, right, Kenny? That's super crazy. You think about it, you're paying like $600 for 3 mil in funding. That's crazy. And then you can just keep resetting it. If you blow the account, you'll just reset it. So instead of having to but you don't want to do that. You don't want to be that guy that's blowing accounts every day, right? You want to be the guy that's getting funded and actually getting paid out. But if worse comes to worse and you're that guy that keeps blowing accounts, here's $30. It's like lunch money right there. You just pay $30 to get your account basically reset. So yeah, Apex is cool. It's just different. So guys, just keep that in mind. Apex is way different compared to FTMO. The payout structure is a little more complicated, but I think Apex works very well with our trading style because the risk on Apex, so on FTMO, the big difference is you get 10% drawdown, right? Max drawdown. On Apex, you only have 3%. So you can't be making dumb trades. Like you have to like be consistent. You can't be losing a bunch of trades. You have to like stick to your game plan. So I think Apex is good for scalping. It's good for our trading style, but it's not good for someone who day trades or swing trades because the risk is too little. The risk is so tight. But as long as you understand risk, it's no problem, especially for us scalpers. Okay, guys, so back to the charts. I know we're going off topic again, but there's no entries for us here. So I'm not getting distracted here. There's just no entries at the moment. Price is starting to climb back up. So you guys can see what I drew earlier. Price broke above here and it's making a climb back to opening price. If price does continue to climb, target price point is going to be this blue line here, which is opening price. And that's about it. We just got to keep waiting for price here to really establish its direction. And if I see something good here, we'll take it. So if price continues to climb up higher, I'm going to look for this to happen. I'm looking for price to push up, consolidate down a little bit, and then come right back up. And then I'll be looking for entry somewhere right here. Right? So I'm still focused on the charts, guys. Don't worry. I know we're kind of talking about other stuff here with regard to funding companies and stuff like that, but I'm still looking for this entry. So I just got to wait and be patient here. And we'll find that entry as soon as it comes. Yeah, exactly. Gion's at $30 TZYM. Yeah, super cheap compared to FTMO. FTMO, so here's the difference. I think FTMO is good for someone who's already profitable and on a Mac. So if you're on a Mac, or actually it's not even good if you're on a Mac because it's using MT4. But I think MT4 is I think FTMO and TFF, those funding companies are good if you're profitable already. If you're like really consistent, you're profitable, then they're good because it costs a lot to open an account. But if you're profitable already, you'll get funded super quick and you'll continue to get payouts. With Apex, it's a slower process. Like you can get you technically you can get funded within a day, but odds of that happening are very unlikely because you're just YOLOing the account. Apex kind of forces you to take smaller lot sizes because you don't have as much risk. So like for me, I could use a max 17 lots, or sorry, I could use a max 17 contracts on Apex, but I'm only using 10. So I'm not even using the full amount. because it's a different type of process when getting funded with them. So I don't care if it takes me like a month. I mean, eventually I'm going to get funded. It's just going to be a matter of time until that happens. So they're slightly different. Just keep that in mind. Like, don't expect to get a payout within a month on Apex. It's going to take like at least maybe 2 months for you to get your first payout. Yeah, Amal said we have potential opportunity to develop a product MT4 to MT5 copier. Yeah, no, there is an opportunity, Vimal. If you're a coder, so if anybody here codes and you can figure out a solution to copy, like to make a copy process between Ninja and FTMO or Tradeovate and FTMO, that's a big opportunity because if you guys can figure that out, or if somebody can figure that out, it's gonna be a game changer because everybody's gonna want that. I know a couple people have some bridge programs for it, but they're a bridge program, so it's not a native program. It's you kind of have to go through loops and holes to um to figure out how to use it. But I mean, you gotta work with what you can get right now. Technology is not exactly at that level where it's like a normal copier. But if somebody can create a normal copier like that, that's a huge gold mine. So if anybody knows how to create that, we can work something out for sure. Yeah, exactly. So Kip said there's a bridge program that copies MT4 to Ninja, but it has to be on the same machine. Yeah. Yeah, Kip kind of mentioned it to me, but it's again, it's not it's kind of risky to be like, I don't know if I would trade 20 Apex accounts on a copier with FTMO that's not really stable. Well, not super stable, right? I'd rather just use two different platforms to gosh, okay, yeah. Kip said so it's not crossing online, it's a software copy. Yeah, I'll probably look into it and I'll see how reliable it is. I know Kip's been using it or he's familiar with it. Um, but I'll take a look. I mean, I'm barely getting my feet wet with NinjaTrader, so I gotta still figure out how this platform works properly before I can even get to that point. It's baby steps for me. Gosh, okay, yeah. So Kip said the guy can create a bridge in the opposite direction too. Nice. Yeah, no, that's solid. I would prefer to trade on Ninja though, because Ninja seems like it's more accurate with entry points and stuff. Well, because you have better data, of course. So I think that's really what it is. It's it just gets in at better entry points. Yeah, Kip so then can trade on Ninja and protect Apex accounts. Yeah, no, definitely. I'll take a look at that, Kip. I know you sent me the links and the files. Now that I have a PC, I can actually take a look at them. All right, guys. So price is pretty much doing what we expected. So it's doing exactly what I drew earlier. I mentioned if price breaks above here, it's going to push up to opening price. And that's exactly where price is going. I'm not no magician. This is typical. I've mentioned this to you guys. This is why I draw these structures and these lines on the chart, because price typically does go back to open as long as there's some sort of confluence that pushes price in that direction. And you can kind of see, but if you're following price, you're just going to look for price to reach this blue line here. That's where target price point will be. But there's no trade here. So I know price has been climbing, but there's no opportunity here. There's no V1 patterns. There's no confluence here for me to really look at. So even though price did reach this point where we were expecting, there is no opportunity for entry. So it's completely fine. This is kind of what I was talking about with you guys earlier. There's going to be a lot of opportunities that will come up, and there's going to be a lot of ways for you guys to enter trades, but you just have to, if it fits your trading plan, like you don't have to follow the way I trade. If you analyze this and you're like, okay, there's a opportunity for entry here for a buy, feel free to take it because I already mentioned this was going to happen. There just was no opportunity for me personally for the confluences that I look at. So there's nothing for us to take here on this live session, but I'm pretty sure other people in the group took certain trades here as they saw price going up. Because not everybody here trades the same way I do. A lot of you guys are just here for my analysis, right? And I think that's the good thing about this community. It's not like everybody's like this isn't a dictatorship, right? This isn't like, I'm not gonna say the trading group that everybody knows, where they're like they think this is the only way to trade that everybody hates. There, we don't trade like that here. Like we all have different trading styles. A lot of people here just use well, there's probably like half you guys use my strategies, and half you guys just sit here for my analysis to listen to where I think price is going to go. And then you guys use your own analysis to make your entry points, right? So everybody's slightly different, but this is an open community where everybody can have their own opinion on where price is going to go. Like for example, here, price is rejecting off this point. Now I can see two different scenarios here playing out. I can see price pushing up, rejecting off this point and coming back down, or scenario two, price can break above it and continue climbing, right? There's no right or wrong way to trade. It just depends on your analysis. So we have a V1 pattern right here setting up. If this closes red, so if this candle here closes red, we might get a V1 pattern. If we get this V1 pattern, then we can identify a possible breakout V3 continuation to this side, because we'll have structure at that point. So, or we could even get a V1 double rejection on here too. Just gotta wait for it. So we'll wait for this candle to close. It has about 20 seconds left on it. If it closes red, then I'll draw a structure right here. And then we can look for another basically double rejection off this point for a sell. Or we can look for price to just continue climbing from here and provide a breakout V3 continuation, right? There's a lot of different opportunities here. I personally think my way of trading is very simple. It's easier for a lot of people to understand, and it's a lot easier for people to follow. But everybody has a different trading style. It's just up to your preference. But again, we're looking for opportunity here. So the pattern did close out. We have the double body rejection there. And we're now looking for price to either provide another V1 variation. So I'm looking for this to either happen. There's two scenarios. Either price comes down a little bit, comes back up, rejects off, and it comes back down. That's going to be a V1 variation with a confluence. The other entry that I'm looking for is if price comes down lower and provides the sell signal, then I'll look for a breakout V3 continuation down here. So two different opportunities there. We just got to wait for the setup to come up. We just don't have that yet. Yeah, Kenneth said it 100% or 1,000% agreeing with Maddie. Apex taught him to really focus on risk management. Yeah, that's super key. All right, guys, so price broke above here. There's no longer opportunity for a V1 or any of those other patterns because there's a new high. So we'll see here if price breaks above. And if it does, then that's fine. We'll start looking for buys here. But at the moment, we don't have anything here just yet. Let me scroll up real quick. Let's see, Madhu said the only other thing to keep in mind with Apex and the big discounts is the PA activation fee per account. If I'm not mistaken, it's 280 for the lifetime activation fee. Yeah, exactly. So you guys do have to pay an activation fee, which is 280. So this is why I also recommend that you guys don't open a bunch of accounts at once, because you have to pay that fee. I'm not sure if it's per account or whatever it may be. I know they have a lifetime fee, and then they have a monthly fee. Just do the lifetime fee, guys. The monthly fee doesn't make any sense. The monthly fee is only if you're YOLOing the account and you're expecting to get a big payout just once, and then you plan on blowing the account. So if you're going for long term, obviously get the lifetime fee. There's a lot of there's random fees that, no, I wouldn't say random, but there's a lot of fees that come up with Apex, but they come for full circle, because with FTMO you're paying $1,000 for one account, right? And then you're trading on this fake server basically. With Apex, you're trading on a future server, so it's a little different. They're also in the US, and they're kind of regulated, so you don't have to worry about them ever getting shut down. With FTMO was a big surprise to me that they're not accepting US clients. Never thought the day would come, but all good things have to come to an end at some point. I think they're going to fix the issue, but they're probably going to have a program similar to Apex because they're going to have to trade on the futures market. They can't trade indices. So for US at least. So you just got to keep that in mind. So there's nothing wrong with the FTMO server. The thing with FTMO is that they have their own server, right? When you're trading with Apex, you're trading on the actual exchange. You're trading on CME, right? You're not trading on some bootleg server that a company creates, which I don't have anything wrong with FTMO doing that because they're fine. They don't really scam anybody, but there's a lot of different funding companies out there that do stuff like that, right? So let's keep that in mind. Yeah, Rashida said there's a couple fees with Top Step too. Yeah, there's a lot of fees with these different companies, guys, because well, for the futures companies in general, because they have fees too. Like they can't just open like a bunch of accounts on the futures platform, right? So the thing that you guys have to understand is that they charge these fees because they're getting charged fees too. Like they need to pay for your data, they need to pay for for your account to be trading on the futures platform. It's different compared to Forex and indices because these servers aren't made up. These servers are they're actual, they're the actual future servers. So, the data fees and this stuff, the fees that the Apex and Topstep charge to you are because you're going to be classified as a professional trader at that point. Like you're a legitimate professional trader. You're not just like some random trader on YouTube or something, or like you're not just a random trader. You're an actual, like you're going to be in the actual market. So I know it sounds kind of confusing because they're two different markets, but to make things simple, like for example, we trade here on YM, right? And I'll just show you. And don't worry, there's no entries that we're missing here, guys. So you guys are not missing out on anything. So if you look at the broker data over here, if you type in US30, you can see all these different brokers, right? They set their own pricing and data. This is where you kind of get manipulated with because these brokers can kind of just do their own thing. They can set up whatever they want. Not these specifically because these are all like regulated in the US. Like I think Black Bull's fine, ACAP's fine. Their spread sucks, but they're fine. But if you look at YM, you can see that this stuff is from the actual Chicago Board of Trade. So that's kind of what I mean about the servers. It's not that they're giving you some fake servers or bootleg servers and stuff like that, but I would rather use server data from an actual, the actual exchange versus something that's made up by another company. So guys, there's a possible opportunity here for a breakout V3 continuation. So we do have the V1 pattern right here. The only problem is that we need this here to close red. And we need to make sure that this doesn't touch these sessions up there. Right, there's the sessions right above here. And that can really mess up the trade. So the candle here has to close red. It's not looking like it's going to. And right there, it touched the session. So I'm not going to take this trade even if it comes up. So red flag right there. And again, no opportunity there for entry. Yeah, Maddie, that sucks. I was hoping it closed red. If it closed red and didn't touch the sessions there, I would have taken it. But it didn't come up at that point. Let's see. Ijaz said Apex has unrealized drawdown. Yeah, I mean, everybody has unrealized drawdown. That's the same with FTMO. Like you can't go past 5,000 drawdown and still not violate your daily drawdown rule, right? Every funding company has unrealized drawdown. I think I think I know what you're talking about, Ijaz, but I think you're labeling it wrong. It has a trailing drawdown. I think that's what you're referring to. Because unrealized drawdown is the same as any other funding company. Like you can't have You can't have a 200K FTMO account and then go into drawdown 5,000 and then expect to not violate the 5,000 a day drawdown rule, right? That's unrealized drawdown. I think you're referring to trailing drawdown because so the difference with Apex too is that they have this trailing drawdown rule where you just have, I think on a 150K account, it's 5,000. So your drawdown just follows price. So like if you're like at 150K and then say you lose a trade and then you're down like to like 49,000, right? Your drawdown doesn't get wider, it stays at that. So you're still at 4,000 drawdown. And then when you make profit, it continues to follow over a little bit. So like say for example, you have 51,000, 151,000, and then your drawdown limit is no longer at 145,000. It's now at 156,000, 146,000, sorry. So it kind of just trails it up. Ally is asking, your chart is delayed, bro. Yeah, there's a delay on YouTube. That's the whole point of being on the premium. So if you're on the premium, you're on the Zoom, it's real time. But if you're on the YouTube, there's a 15-second delay. I didn't create that delay. That's a YouTube delay. But we're real time here on the Zoom. So that's the difference. So if you want to have real time on the YouTube, or not the YouTube, if you want to have real time on these live streams, just go to the website and get access to the Zoom channels. Because the Zoom is real time, but the YouTube is delayed. It's because of the bridge program. Like the same bridge program we were talking about with trading. When you're not using a native platform, it tends to have some sort of delay in between. But there's a delay on YouTube. So if you guys are new to the YouTube, you're probably listening to me say things a little later, but the delay is because the YouTube has that delay between. So if you guys want real time, just get on the Zoom channel, go on the Discord. But I can't do anything about the YouTube. YouTube's going to be delayed regardless of the fact. All right, let's see. NM said the best account for Apex for beginners or people that are not funded is a 25K. Yeah, exactly. So I agree with NM too, 100%. So guys, again, there's no entries for us right now, so we're not missing out on anything. But like I mentioned with Apex, the best account is going to be 25 or 50K because they have the best ratio for your daily drawdown or your max drawdown and your profit goal. The only problem is that Ally said even on TradingView is also delayed. It's delayed because you're on the YouTube. It's not TradingView, it's because you're on YouTube. YouTube is delayed. So obviously if YouTube's delayed, the TradingView is going to be delayed. But if you pull up your TradingView, it's going to be at the actual price. It's all right. I'll let you figure that out. But anyways, back to what I was saying with Apex, guys. If you guys want to do Apex, the best accounts to start off with, if you're a beginner, is going to be the 25K or the 50K because you have a bigger drawdown limit. There's still no entries for us right here, but we will continue looking. So we currently have a V1 pattern over here. The only problem with this here is that price is so close to the sessions that we can't really take any trades right here in the middle. So there's not really much over here for us to take, even if there was to be well, I mean, technically, so here's the thing. If price comes down from this point, we can look for a V1 pattern for a double bottom. That's the only opportunity that we can see. So if price comes up, comes back down and rejects off this point, we can look for a possible buy here. But that's all that we can really look for. Let me see where this is currently at. Because this might be too close. Yeah, it's way too close. So you can see over here, we have a buy signal. And if there's a green candle, this is technically a breakout V3 continuation. The only problem is that it's going to have to touch the sessions over here for it to hit its TP, right? Which we can't allow. We can't have that because that's going to be a red flag. So we'll see where price ends up going from here, but there is not really going to be any opportunities here at the moment. Price is still going back and forth here. There's just nothing for us to take here, guys. Let's see. Price is pretty much coming back down from the, I'll draw another structure right here. So this right here is also the 1 minute resistance. Oh gosh, okay. So Ally is actually talking about the delay on the asset for YM. So again, the YM data, if you guys want to use YM data, you have to pay for the data. Again, it's not free data. If you want to use it, there's going to be a bit of a fee. I think it's like $5. It's not a lot. It is it's like $5 a month. I think they increased it. It's like $7 a month now if you want to just have YM data on your trading view. So, and I think it's worth it if you're going to pay for if you want the raw data that's actually accurate. You can put the data right next to each other, YM and like say ACAP, right? ACAP is probably from what I've heard, I haven't used ACAP myself, but from other funding companies who have used ACAP, I heard ACAP's like probably one of the worst brokers that you can use for scalping. It's probably okay for day trading and swing trading, but if you're trying to scalp, the spreads are too wide and the data is kind of it's not as good as obviously the actual exchange data. Yeah, no problem, Al. Sorry, I think I was confused with earlier because you were talking about the YouTube being delayed and then YM, so they're just slightly different. All right, so just looking for entry here. Okay, so we might have opportunity right here. There's now another V1 pattern right here. Again, it's getting too close to the session, so we'll see if there may be opportunity here. Yeah, it just keeps getting too close. Like if this was to pull back, I would have wanted to pull back a bit more so that we have opportunity here. But at the moment, if we get a buy signal here, it's again going to be too close to this here. Yeah, it's gonna be too close. We currently have a double body rejection right here. This is a reversal pattern. We had a pending buy signal, but even if we got that buy signal, it'd be too close to the sessions up here, which would be a red flag. So we'll continue looking for some opportunities here, guys, for like the next 5 or 10 minutes. If we don't see anything here come up, then we'll probably just wrap it up. There's no need to force any trades here. Like I mentioned, today's Trap Tuesday. It's the first day of market open from a long weekend. And I mean, there's just no opportunity right now. So not really going to force anything here, of course. All right, we have another buy signal here. Unfortunately, it's right at the sessions. It's an area manipulation, so I don't think we're going to get anything from this point. Yeah, Maddie said a V1 buy off structure is probably the best trade. Yeah, I agree. At this point, that's probably the only entry that we can take because price is just ranging between this level right here and the sessions. So there's a breakout V3 continuation that's setting up right here. There's a V1 pattern, buy signal, green candle here that's starting to set up. So this will technically be a setup for a breakout V3 continuation. The only problem is that it's right at the session. So it's not one that I would personally take because manipulation typically happens around the sessions. And on top of that, it's not just one session, it's 3 sessions up here. We have the London low, Asia high, and New York low. So I definitely wouldn't take a trade right here. I'll mark it up so we can follow it, but I'm not going to take a trade, of course. Like I mentioned before, guys, we're focusing on quality entries, no forced entries this whole year. We're going to focus on just quality entries all year, improve the win rate higher than it's already at. So we're just going to keep following it through here. And looks like this here might provide opportunity for a breakout V3 continuation. I'm not taking this trade, but it's going to mark it up for you guys right here. So this would have been the breakout V3 continuation entry. V1 pattern, buy signal, green candle. This here is estimated to probably hit TP. The only problem is that it's at the red flag, which is this red line right here. And you can see that this is an area of manipulation. If you go back anywhere, so if I go back to this clean chart here, let me go back to the 1 minute. Let's put this to one chart. So if I show you guys this over here, let me take the pivots off, turn on the sessions. And I just want to show you guys like why the sessions here are important. Right, so if you look over here, you can see that that whenever price gets near these colored lines, red, blue, and red, purple, and green, you can see that a lot of manipulation happens around here, right? So this is why we don't trade around the sessions. Price pushes up, gets to the sessions, fakes out, comes back down, goes back to the sessions, fakes out, comes back down. And then again, right here where price is currently at, it gets to the sessions right there, and it fakes out again, right? So situation wise, it's not a good area to trade in. That's why we avoid taking trades here at the red flags. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this off because I don't want you guys to think that I'm in the position. But I just wanted to use that as an explanation to show you that this is reason why we don't take trades in certain price points. NM is asking, what is your plan for Apex account? How much buffer will you leave when you get a payout? So there's a limit for how much you can withdraw within the first 3 months, NM. So I'm not really going to be, I'm probably going to withdraw the limit. I think the limit is 2,500 per account. I think that's what it is. And don't quote me on it. I think, I'm not sure if anybody knows the limit, but there's a limit for how much you can withdraw for the first 3 months. First 3 months, yeah, 2,750. So, yeah, and I'm going to leave a pretty good buffer because you can only withdraw 2,750 per request. So, and I'm just gonna, so let's see. So if I do 500 a day, right? Say we just take one trade a day, that's 500 a day times 5. That's going to be 2,500 a week, right? Times 4. So this is going to be per account. So per account, if I'm just taking very conservative one trades a day, I can make about 10,000 a month on each account, right? Per account. So like what Maddie said over here, you can do 2,750 per request, right? So times 2, that's 2 requests per month. So if I'm making 10,000 a month, yeah, you do 2 requests. So the 2 requests will be 5,550. So if I'm making 10,000, this is just taking one trade. Sometimes we'll take 2 trades, sometimes we'll take 3 trades. So the profit might be higher, minus 5,500. This is pretty much my buffer every month for like the first 3 months. So there's going to be a buffer there regardless, because I can't withdraw all of it. So it kind of forces you to have a buffer there anyways. So I'm going to be very conservative with my trades. It's going to give me a cushion. So basically every month I'll have this cushion times 3. So by the time I'm done with month 3, I'll have a cushion of about 13,500. So that's going to be my cushion right there. So I'll have extra drawdown. I'll have 5,000 drawdown plus I'll have, this drawdown right here too. And then from there, I'll start to withdraw a little more. So at that point, I'll increase my withdrawals. So, and I'm glad that you mentioned that, and because, you have to have a plan. You can't just go into the game and be like, okay, I'm going to make this much money and I'm going to withdraw this money. I think that's the good thing with Apex too. They kind of force you to trade professionally. You can't really YOLO accounts on Apex. If you YOLO account, you're probably going to blow your account. I think Apex is perfect for us because we're scalpers. And it kind of forces you because you're not making a lot of profit every day, right? We're not making like 10, 20,000 per account each day. We're making like 1,000, maybe $500 a day per account. So it kind of forces you to stay disciplined. And M said, so you think about keeping sort of 5 to 6% buffer in the long run? Yeah, exactly, NM. That's probably going to be my goal. Because the thing with that is The thing with that is that since I'm going long term, it's just going to be like a money machine for me basically. Because once I have all those accounts, I typically don't lose very much. So it's just going to be free money at that point. It's just really staying consistent and disciplined, being able to lock in 500 to 1,000 per account per day and not going over that, right? So don't go over that. Also, don't lose more than that, and just staying consistent. So yeah, that's probably going to be my buffer. That those first 3 months is going to be my time to build the buffer, and then after that, I'll start withdrawing more, and I'll leave about 5 or 6% in the account, which is not that much. You think about it. So 150K times 5%, 7,000 on the higher end. This is probably the higher end. I'm probably not going to leave that much in there, but around there, I'll leave that much. That way, it's going to be impossible for me to blow the account, right? And then every day, it's just going to be recovery or build on profit. So I always look at things from a long-term perspective. I never try to get rich quick, right? I'm not trying to make money super fast. I take my time with it. So I'm looking at this from a long-term perspective because the thing is, when you first get funded, you're on a you're kind of on a probationary period anyways. And then probably at that point, they'll put me on actual live accounts. NM said you will always go for 10 contracts. Yeah, I think that's going to be my sweet spot, 10 contracts. Because for each loss, so if I'm losing a trade here, I'm losing about 1,500. So here, I'm just going to do the math for you again. So the max drawdown is 5,000, right, on my account. And every time I lose, it's going to be about 1,500. So I can lose more than 3 times back to back to back in order for me to blow my account. That's probably never going to happen because I never lose that much, at least not back to back. So it's I think it's a good sweet spot for like consistent trading. You're not going to get a lot of money right away, but over time it's going to build up. And when you have 20 accounts, you're going to make a ton of money off just that one trade. Yeah, exactly. That's the risk profile. Because the win-loss ratio is so high that it's going to build up over time. Again, like we talked about, it's a long-term, it's the long-term trading plan. I'm not looking to make a bunch of money all right away. It's gonna build up over time and then at the end of the month. Because I mean, realistically, the percentage doesn't like the percentage is good for understanding risk, but if I'm doing 500, so I make 500 per account, right? So this is kind of what I'm making per trade, 500. And then you multiply that by 20 accounts. I'm making 10,000 off taking like a quick little 100 pip trade. That's a 10,000 move right there. This is 10,000 times 5 trading days out of the year, or sorry, 5 trading days out of the week. That's 50,000 times 4. That's 200,000 a month, right? Times 12. That's 2.4 million. So I like taking things the slow way and the easy way to make big bucks at the end of the year. So yeah, the profit increase of the percentage is not really well, I mean, even if you just do the percentage, so like you mentioned, 0.33% times 20, you're making 6.6% per trade if you have like 20 accounts. So realistically, you are making a big percentage, but I just look at things from the smaller perspective. Yeah, exactly. NM said your trading style is perfect for Apex. Yeah, because it just builds up. I don't really lose very often. And then my profits just keep building up from there. All right, so we have a V1 variation that's possibly setting up right here, guys. I don't know if it'll close, but if it closes with the green candle, this will be a V1 variation right here. Basically a double bottom. It's not looking like it's going to close, but we'll see how it closes right here. It looks like it might close red. But yeah, and that's pretty much why I'm geared towards Apex because Apex is really perfect for our trading style here, guys. If you guys want to scalp, I think Apex is good because you could have multiple accounts. And sorry, guys, there's no V1 variation here. It looked like it, but it's not. The bodies are on different levels. and the wicks here are way off. So, all right, guys, I think this might be it for the day. It's almost 8 o'clock. There's nothing else for us to take here. We have some more profits here from Delicia. Total profit of 1,005 on her first account, Apex. Nice work right there, Delicia. And her second account, total profit of 1,295. All wins for the day. So if you guys have more profits to post up, feel free to send them in. Unfortunately, there was only one entry that came up today. It was kind of a tricky entry that we took. I even misnamed it. It was a breakout V2, but I called it a breakout V3. Sorry for the confusion, but that was pretty much the only trade that came up. As you guys can see, the market isn't really moving too smooth, which is fine. It was expected for today. Today's Trap Tuesday. It's also the first trading day of the week. We're coming back from a long weekend. And today's just one of those days, where there's not that many opportunities. But I'm hoping tomorrow it picks back up. Looking at the news for tomorrow, we have some high impact news pre-market, and we have a couple of news events throughout the day. It's probably going to push price around. We have a lot of news events tomorrow, actually. We have a bunch of medium impact news and high impact pre-market. So let's see. Yeah, Adam, so the only thing to think about with futures is the fees. It's about $5 per contract. So you might need to add 2 points to your TP to cover. Yeah, no, exactly, Adam. And then that's something that will come along the line, right? Like later on in the future, I'll try to figure out like what else I need to do to make things a little more efficient for me. But I think at the moment, I'm just gonna keep trading the way I am, and then we'll probably make some adjustments along the way. So, all right, guys, if there's any other questions, feel free to reach out. We're going to wrap this up for the day. It's 7:53. I'm not expecting anything to really happen over here from now until 8 o'clock. It's only a few minutes till then, and there's just nothing here for us to take. So if there's any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap this up, and we'll be back here tomorrow for the next live session. So, all right, guys, have a great rest of your day. And if you guys don't need to trade, which I'm pretty sure nobody does, just sit out in the market, come back tomorrow fresh with some better market conditions. So, all right, guys, other than that,